Well, if you've been watching the headlines, you may have noticed that the IRS released new tax brackets this week. It also comes after the agency said it would furlough nearly half of its workforce during the government shutdown. But the big question is, what does this mean? Any of it? What does it mean? Jeff Sachs from Sachs Financial is here to explain. Jeff, thank you for being here.
Yeah, my pleasure.
As always. What does it mean when the IRS releases new tax brackets?
What they're doing is they're saying, hey, inflation is here. We want to make sure that our money goes a little bit further. And so they're expanding the tax brackets or changing them so that it changes with how much income that we have.
Does this happen often?
It does. You know, they started doing this back in the 80s. Adjusting every year the tax brackets for inflation. It's just recently that they made some big changes. So with the original Tax Cut and Jobs Act, they changed how the inflation was calculated. And then most recently with the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, they had changed it again. So the first couple brackets, the 10, 12 bracket and 22 are getting a little bit more of a inflation adjustment.
Okay, yeah, and that was what I was going to ask. How does this change because of that One Big Beautiful Bill?
Right.
Yeah.
It changes for everybody. It changes a little bit, but if you're over the age of 65, it changes even more.
Okay. Okay, so then how do these changes compare, say, to last year? Are they better, worse for working folks?
It's a little bit better. You know, I mean, I think the issue is that inflation is here, and so the changes are a little bit more. The brackets are a little bit wider, so more of our money stays in there. So, for example, I brought my cheat sheet because it just came out yesterday.
Okay.
The 12% tax bracket last year, the maximum amount of income you could have was about $94,000 in that 12% bracket. This year, or I guess I should say for 2026, it goes up to $99,900. So it gives you a little bit more income to have in that lower tax bracket.
Before you have to move up to the next one.
Before you go up to the next one.
Okay, so then how do you think this impacts people who want to retire, who are close to retirement, or maybe who are retired right now?
Well, it gives you a little bit of opportunity to do some things like a Roth conversion. I think the big change that happened is that extra senior tax break or tax deduction. So as part of the OBBA that just passed.
One Big Beautiful Bill.
Right, One Big Beautiful Bill. They added a $6,000 per person or $12,000 for a married couple if you're over the age of 65.
Okay.
There was already a senior deduction in there, which now went up to $3,200. And with the standard deduction for a married family, or for a married couple filing jointly, it's $47,500 of tax deduction before you add on anything else.
Okay, okay. Also, this has an impact on capital gains, right?
Capital gains changed as well. So now if you do have money in the market and you want to take advantage of maybe the stock market's been really, really good, and you want to take some money out, you'll pay taxes on that at a different rate than income. And that bracket went up as well, went up to almost $99,000. I've got it on my cheat sheet here somewhere. $99,200.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So is there anything that people should expect or do as we hit the end of the year?
Yeah, well, now's a great time to look at your deductions, look at what you're having withheld from your paycheck, even in this year, but also for next year. Potentially look at Roth conversions through the end of this year or really until you file taxes next year. And just really take a look and say, all right, where am I and what can I do to prepare myself for taxes when I retire?
Okay.
On our website, we have a tax planning guide that helps people figure this out. But it's really a complicated question because you might say, oh, well, I only have $40,000 of taxable income and I have a $47,000 tax deduction. Maybe I should do a Roth conversion.
I see.
That could affect how your taxes are with your Social Security and your Medicare. So you want to make sure to really talk to a professional to work through all of these things.
Oh my gosh, I feel like it's always tax season and there's always something keeping us on our toes. Right?
I know, we were supposed to talk about budgets, and here we are talking about taxes.
All right, well, thanks for informing us. And if people want to learn more, they can go to SachsFinancial.com.
SachsFinancial.com.
All right, Jeff, thank you so much as
Absolutely.
always.